Hi, welcome to a new video. Before we get started, I think I need to do a little bit of a reset.
Was it all just a dream, just all in my head? Floating rivers upstream, the things that you said. Tell me and be honest, tell me, did you know that you would believe in me just like the winter's snow? Tell me and be honest, tell me, should I know that you'd believe in me? So painfully quiet and slow, I try my best to move on, to let go.
Alright, all set, nice and tidy, everything put away. You might have noticed we have a little bit of a new setup. 2024, new year, new setup. What do you guys think? I remember that we had this desk. My brother got this when his kids were mostly here at home doing the stay-at-home online schooling thing. So they had this desk that they would share to do all their schoolwork. And obviously they're not using it anymore. In the beginning of this year, I've noticed that my posture in particular has gotten worse and worse. And I think this is in large part due to the fact that I spend so many hours editing and kind of like hunched over my computer. So I started looking into possibly getting a standing desk because I heard that that was really useful for like just ergonomically, just better for you, especially if you're doing a lot of computer work. So I was considering that for a while, but a standing desk is really expensive, you guys, and I don't know about you, but I just wasn't ready to take the plunge and purchase one of those. So what I did instead was I moved my desk, which is on trestles that I used to use to paint, and I'm now using that as my computer desk. So I have the laptop riser that you guys saw me put together in that ASMR video that I did a while back. I'll be sure to leave a link to that. And this combined with this moffed laptop riser thing just makes it the perfect eye level for me. This second monitor, I know might seem a little excessive, but honestly, I cannot edit without it at this point. Like, it just feels like this screen is way too small. So whenever I'm doing video editing, this is really important. Whenever I'm just doing like random admin stuff, it's kind of nice to have a second monitor where I put in all the like messaging apps, or like if I'm playing a YouTube video in the background, then it can stay over here and not clutter my screen. So I convinced myself that instead of spending 20,000+ pesos on a sit-stand desk, just by doing this little makeover for my workstation, instead all I did was I had to purchase a single arm monitor stand to get this off the desk and raise it up a little bit higher so it's more eye level together with the laptop. And that was maybe 2,000 pesos. So girl math, big savings there. What I learned last year was with big sewing projects or with just general crafting stuff that I do, I really need more surface area, because what will happen is I'll end up just working on the floor because of the nature of the project. Like if it's a big swatch of cloth or a big illustration board that I need to cut, there's just not enough space on my desk, and it's really annoying when like half of the thing that you're working on is falling off of your desk. Hopefully this new work surface will be better for what it is that I do. So today, because it is the start of the new year, this is something that I used to do a lot when I was working professionally as a photographer. I loved starting off the year with a bit of a review, just to look back at what I had done, because especially if you're working in a creative field, or actually I'm sure with anything in life, if you don't take stock of your life and see what you've done, then you can't see how far you've come. I thought we would do the same thing, but a year review of my YouTube channel. Especially since a lot of you are new to this channel. If you are a recent subscriber, hello, welcome, thanks for joining us. I always find videos like this very helpful whenever I subscribe to a new channel, because it kind of gives me like a table of contents of sorts of content that I might want to check out from their channel without having to go into the videos one by one on my own. Alright, so it looks like I posted 46 videos last year. We're not gonna go through all of them because that would be insane. That would take me a million years to edit this video, so I'm just gonna go through highlights. First video of last year was Hello 2023, and I remember exactly what happened in this video. I found out that Choi Min-ho was having a fan meet in Manila, so I got myself tickets to see that. It was my first ticketing experience, so that was very exciting for me. 2 videos later, I went and watched the fan meet, which was an amazing experience. I'm so happy I saw that. Speaking of which, SHINee is going to have the Asian leg of their tour in March, so I might go to that if I can get tickets at the end of this month. Let's see. We're full circle with this. Then around my birthday, I posted a Q&A vlog because a lot of new people joined the channel for the first time at that time as well. I just figured I'd reintroduce myself so you guys could get to know me a little bit better. Maybe it's time for a new Q&A. Let me know in the comments down below if that's something you'd be interested in watching. February 25, this was my official first DIY of the year. I resized a pair of pants, 2 pair of pants actually, to make it fit exactly on my waist. I did a reel of this on my Instagram and so many people asked for a tutorial, so I posted a full tutorial video. I really like it and I still wear these pants all the time because they fit me better now. Let's skip forward a little bit. Another DIY. This was the first kind of crazy DIY. I always struggle with crafty stuff because I'm quite a crafty person, but part of me really wants to make functional things like the pants. The end result is something that I use over and over again. But on the other end of the spectrum, there's DIY crafts that are not functional at all. My nephew asked me to create this avocado head costume, the same one that TXT Subin wore in one of his lives, and he was gonna use it for, I think it's like fan club day or whatever in their school, like one of their spirit week kind of thing. So I made that. That was actually really funny, and it's really funny that that was my first craft of the year. A few weeks later, my nieces did my makeup and we had our annual family Easter egg hunt. Every year since my nephew was born, I've hosted an Easter egg hunt for the little kids in my life. It's kind of gone a little bit crazy and evolved into this crazy competition. Last year was the first year that I actually didn't plan anything because I was thinking, does it really matter? Do people really care? And the funny thing was, the kids really did notice. They kept asking, why didn't you plan anything? Why aren't we doing anything special this year for Easter? So I guess it is kind of important to them. So this year I'm definitely gonna have to step up my game and come up with something fun for them to do once again. We have another DIY video, the DIY galaxy card. I love this because it was so relaxing to paint the galaxy scene in the background. There's very little you can do to actually mess this up. And then creating the mechanism. So something that I've always been interested in is how they make the paper engineering, I guess is what it's called. How people make pop-up books or how they make the little mechanism to make things slide in and out in books. I thought that was really interesting. Wow, it looks like I did quite a few DIYs in May. So after that, I made a DIY laptop sleeve, which I'm still using, by the way. Let me grab that. Here we go. So I made this using a fabric that my best friend gifted me when she went to Baguio. And she was like, I can't wait to see what you make with this. So when the idea for this project came up, I figured this was the perfect fabric to use for this DIY. It's one of those puffy laptop sleeves. So I stuffed it with filling to give it a little bit more protection, I guess, and cushioning. I'm really happy with it. It's held up super well and I still use it every day. Looks like we went on another family beach vacation. This was fun. We are such a competitive family. We like to have a little obstacle course, which is really silly, but it's fun, especially for the bigger kids. And the adults all participate, so that's really fun. Sometimes I feel like I prefer the beach getaways where we're all just together in one place with just your entire family. There is no agenda except to bond. So sometimes I feel like I do prefer that. we came back from our little break, I did a studio renovation. So this was a whole series. I needed to renovate the studio because it acquired a lot of damage during Typhoon Odette that we just kind of left to the last minute, because obviously the priority was fixing the roof, fixing the things that were actually destroyed, and a lot of the stuff that happened in my studio was superficial, so we could just leave that for a long time. That's a nice thing about working on your own space for like a extended period of time. I really feel like because I've worked in this space for several years and I've kind of been changing it slowly throughout the years to fit my needs or what I feel like would be necessary, I absolutely love this space now. It's like my happy place. I did a pottery class at the end of July in my sister's house. That was a lot of fun. I still have this mug. I still use it every once in a while. The only thing about it is it's not insulated, not like this coffee cup. So maybe next time I make something with a handle so I don't have that problem. Oh, then I went to Tokyo with my brother and my nephews. This was my first international trip since the lockdown, and it was so much fun. It was just 7 days of sightseeing and doing the things that the kids wanted to see. It was like an amazing bonding experience with them. This was great. I love this video. It's 32 minutes long. And this is what I love about vlogging while I'm traveling. In the moment, it feels like a hassle, but then when I'm putting everything together, now I have like a capsule that I can look back on anytime I want to revisit this memory and see what we did, and you know, just like the good times that we had. My nephews only watch the videos that they are in because they see it for the same reason that I do. Like, they enjoy reliving those memories. So this YouTube channel has become a bit of a memory keeping / journaling device for me, but at the same time, it's also keeping their memories, and it's something that they can look back on in the future. So that's really nice. In September of last year, I was really in the mood to paint. For the longest time before this, I wasn't painting, if you notice. Like, I was doing a lot of other things, but I wasn't really focusing on art or improving my painting skills because I got kind of burnt out on it, to be honest. And I didn't feel like sharing it online. Like, if ever I was doing something, I was just doing it for myself, little things on my sketchbook, and I didn't feel like sharing it because I just didn't want to. So in September was the first time that I kind of got back into the swing of things. So I made so many painting videos back to back, and I really feel like I made great strides in kind of finding my voice as an artist. But sad to say, I haven't actually been painting since then. Life just kind of got busy again, and I kind of put that on the back burner. So it's something that I'm really looking forward to getting back into for the new year. In October, I also went to Seoul with my friends, so that was a lot of fun. Around this time, I also posted 2 cooking videos. I enjoy cooking, but I find it a little difficult to film while I'm cooking. In this video in particular, when I'm making the snacks for my nephews, this was actually a lot easier for me to film because they were around to help me when I was like doing stuff, and they would just pick up the camera and kind of follow me around. So that made it a lot easier. Then in November, so a big reason why I stopped painting for a while is because I got busy with making other things. So November and December was very, very crafty for me. I did obviously the DIY orca costume for my nephew, which is how a lot of you guys found me. Thank you for subscribing if that's how you came to this channel. I hope you enjoy the content that you're seeing so far. That took me about 2 weeks to complete actually, because I got sick in between, so it really slowed down my process. And then after that, I revamped my DIY advent calendar. So this is an advent calendar that I offer for free to download for anyone who wants it. I've been doing this for a couple of years. I keep improving it every year, and I really hope that it's gotten to a point where I'm kind of happy and I can stop like messing with it and just give it out for free. Oh, then we did the decorating cookies with the whole family video. This was so hectic and so crazy to film because it caused like a huge mess, but the kids loved it so much, and I actually had so much fun eating the cookies afterwards. So I think this is definitely a new tradition that I want to start with my family, and we're gonna try to recreate that this Christmas. Wow, I'm already thinking about Christmas. It's only January. Only 11 months to go. Another DIY costume, my nieces asked me to make the costumes for their costume party. This turned out super well. This is the first time that I got them really involved in making their own stuff, because mostly I just do it on my own and then give it to them. This time I really wanted them to be involved in the process so they would learn how to do it on their own in the future. I'm always trying to encourage them to be crafty on their own, not so like they grow up to be like me or anything like that, but mostly because I grew up with the mentality that certain things are not for me, so I wouldn't even try. And it isn't until I was older as an adult that I realized that's ridiculous, and obviously if I want to do something I should just go and do it. So I just want to instill that thinking to them, like if there's something that they want to do, then they can probably figure out how to do it on their own. Then I made those DIY Christmas ornaments for all of my friends. I remember just spending so much time sitting in the car stuck in traffic making the little gnome hats, which was very therapeutic and relaxing actually. My last DIY craft for last year was teaching myself how to crochet. So my niece has been into crocheting for a really long time, and seeing all the things that she has made, and they just look so cool, and I kind of got a little jealous. I was like, I want to do that. Like, I want to learn how to make cool crochet stuff. So I, of course, went a little too hard and made a little granny square balaclava. Turns out granny squares are not beginner at all, but anyway, I figured it out, and it's not perfect, but I loved it. I wore it when we went to Seoul with my family for the holidays, and it's actually really warm, which I did not think it would be, but there you go. It was another functional DIY. So there's a lot there for you guys to check out if you're interested. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, this deep dive into 2023, and I hope that you will stick around to see what this new year has to offer. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!